Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat on Michigan Business Network. Jeffrey Mosher sitting in for Chris Holman on the road. We're at the NewLab building at Michigan Central Station, Detroit, Michigan, for the Innovation Summit 2024, fostering collaboration in U.S. manufacturing. This time around, speaking with Cynthia Hutchison, CEO for the U.S. Center for Advanced Manufacturing of Troy, Michigan. And welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, Cynthia.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Jeff. Thanks for having me as a guest today.
Excellent. So MBN has known you for many years in your role as VP with Automation Alley, and some may recall back in the spring of 2021 when there was the news of a 12-month fellowship affiliated with the World Economic Forum. But bring us up to speed on this CEO role for the center, and what exactly is the U.S. Center for Advanced Manufacturing's scope and services?
Thank you. That actually started, as you said, back with Automation Alley when I was the vice president of Automation Alley. Tom Kelly and I had conversations about someday doing something larger with the World Economic Forum. We did a pilot with them, and it went very well. As a matter of fact, it did culminate in my going to Geneva. I had a 12-month stint as a fellow with the World Economic Forum. And during that time, we thought it would be great if Michigan, we all believe Michigan is the center of all the universe, of all things manufactured, if Michigan could actually have the U.S. Center of Manufacturing in our backyard. So we negotiated that, and with the funding support of MEDC and Oakland County, we're up and running. We're almost 2 years now.
Excellent. So we're on hand here in Detroit today. Please share with the Michigan business community a summary of the event that we are gathered at.
The event we're at today is really, it's my favorite, but each one is my favorite. I think I tend to do that, as time goes on. We have about 160 people here today, and the Innovation Summit came about after we meet with our executives on a quarterly basis to talk about what's going on in the industry, what's going on globally, and how do we interpret that for the U.S. market. When we interpreted this year for the U.S. market, we kept coming away saying, gosh, we're really great at innovating. We're globally better than everybody at innovating, and I feel like that's the area we need to change. When manufacturing is going to change with or without us, we know that Michiganders, Americans are great at innovation. So we decided to put together an innovation summit. What's really exciting about it is how many people are here and the diverse cross-section of industries they represent, of roles they represent, and the different energy each one is bringing to today.
Tremendous. And as we are on hand for that Innovation Summit 2024, tell us about your role today and what you hope to get out of the experience.
Well, we hope to validate, I personally hope to validate that innovation is the driving force behind accelerating manufacturing, moving us into the Industry 4.0 revolution and really making sure we capture our fair share of it. But we also are looking at making sure that companies of all sizes understand that innovation is an opportunity to grow. And when we look at innovation, it's not always in the really sexy form. The AI is an innovation, we have a lot of innovation, but sometimes it's a different way somebody does something in a factory floor. And somebody notices it, approves it, and validates it. So we're seeing today everything from really fundamental changes to massive changes. What I ultimately hope to gain from today, we have three primary verticals: textiles, automotive, and construction. And it was very intentional to pick three very disparate industries. And I just stepped out now of the construction roundtable, and as I'm sitting in construction roundtable, one of the gentlemen there said, you know what? We have a lot to learn from automotive. We need to talk to them about how they did that, referencing a particular building. And I look at that and think that's what we want. We want to make sure that the textile people and the construction people and the automotive recognize that they're all doing the same thing, but in a different way with different materials.
Excellent. And we also saw you earlier at the very kickoff of the morning, welcoming the gathering and setting the spirit and the foundation on the day. So what does it say about Michigan and Detroit Metro to be hosting an event to gather groups of leading innovators from several manufacturing sectors, venture capital firms, policymakers that are leading the way in fostering cross-sector collaboration and advancing U.S. manufacturing capabilities?
it says a lot, and it's pretty, that's another really intentional thing. When we launched in October of 2022, we made a very concerted effort to do our major quarterly events outside of the state of Michigan after our launch so that we could really own and lean into our national recognition. With the World Economic Forum, we're a national organization. So our partners, our board members, they're all around the country. As I started to look at innovation, we looked at innovation and said, where do we showcase it? And we always like to do the unexpected. So we're not going to Silicon Valley. And we also believe that the best innovation is right here, right now. So it gave us a chance to come home, if you will, come back to Michigan, but to get the energy when a business partner of ours asked, would it be okay with you if I brought some of my VC friends from Silicon Valley? That's the kind of question we want to hear. The VCs around the country are interested in what innovators in Michigan are doing. So that's kind of the magic of it being here today. It means a lot to me.
Wonderful, Cynthia. So is there anything else that we should know about the summit or where things go from here? I hear there might have been a report published today?
There was a report. It published Monday, so we had a whole 48 hours of breathing room between major events there. But we built a collaboration with 6 fabulous academic institutions this year. MIT, University of Maryland, Purdue, Michigan State, NYU, and UCLA. And each contributed a chapter of what is now called the State of U.S. Manufacturing 2024. We see this as being it's a research document, but it's also aggregated data from the people we meet all year to give the voice of manufacturing back to the federal government. We see the federal government's interest at the Department of Commerce and Department of Energy is very high, and having a document they can refer to that shows exactly what actual companies need, want, use, and how they can adjust policy accordingly. So it's exciting.
Excellent. Well, Cynthia, thank you so much for spending some time with the Michigan Business Beat today.
Thank you, Jeff. On behalf of the U.S. Center, it's great to be with the Michigan Business Beat. Honored to see you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Excellent. Once again, Cynthia Hutchison is the CEO of the U.S. Center for Advanced Manufacturing, Troy, Michigan. MBN's on the road to NewLab building at Michigan Central Station, Detroit, Michigan, for the Innovation Summit 2024, fostering collaboration in U.S. manufacturing. We'll be back with more on the Michigan Business Beat on Michigan Business Network.